2025 and we are back with another Freestyle Bender breakdown brought to you by Steak. UFC kicks off with a huge card at 311 with 2 title fights. And with Steak, you can get double winnings on both Islam versus Arman and Merab versus Umar if your fighter wins in the first round. Make sure you use my code STYLEBENDER311 when you register to get a 200% bonus on your first deposit. Steak, bet with the best.
We're back of the year. Oh, yes, it is too.
First, wow.
Yeah, so we have a special guest, my best friend, Robert Whittaker. Did we just become best friends?
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
That's like Step Brothers.
I love that movie, by the way.
Fuck yeah. Anyway, Eugene told me, this was maybe like 2 weeks ago, he just goes like, oh, Rob's coach said, you know, you guys are gonna be in town. He's like, you all good? I was like, fuck yeah. So I had no idea I was gonna see you on Monday though. So when I turned around, that was a genuine reaction. Because he warmed me up and you were like behind and just watching. I was just hitting pads, fucking feeling shit. And then when I saw you, I was like, ah! I literally got fired up and then the rest of the training was just whoosh. Yeah, it's just the energy, man. Like for me, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, and it's cool because I think a lot of people don't get, like, obviously we have a rivalry, but being at the top of the games is like a lonely spot. You know, and not many people can relate, if any, can relate to like what you go through, what you need to do to hit the goals you need to hit. And I guess like we have that respect for each other.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been telling like everybody else, like I'm too old to have like those sort of rivalries anymore.
I don't like to hold on to things. That's for me. Like it's when you hold on to stuff like anger or bitterness or envy or whatever, it just you think it's hurting the other person, but it's not. It's hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So after fights are done, people think I'm still like salty with certain things. I'm like, bro, why would I hold on to that? Yeah. Like for me, it's only gonna poison me.
Yeah. And we were like, so my coach reached out to yours because with one of my training partners getting injured, the pool was like shallow at the gym, and like we've had some boys retire, so we kind of needed more bodies, and then we started looking everywhere else, and then like a lightning bolt, we were like, dude, City Kickboxing is across the pond. Like two and a half hours flight. It's like, it's silly not to. So he reached out. And you guys were all so very welcoming. I'll say thank you very much for letting us all in, letting my teammates come in and just, you know, just being as welcoming as you are. You know, all a bunch of humble guys.
No, that's us though. Like the whole culture of our gym is based on that. Like how many Aussies are at the team right now? We've got Wilkinson in the house, Cameron.
We were like moving around on Monday.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Aussie.
I didn't move around with any Kiwi blokes.
Yeah. No, but that's how it is. Like Eugene's very selective because sometimes there's people who come with ulterior motives, but then, yeah, our house is your house because of what we've done. You know, we're like I said, ANZAC United. I love that. Whenever we take on the world, no matter what. Like even when you fought Romero, I was fucking screaming both times. Like I've always been a fan, and I've been backing you since then, just because I want to see us on top. I like it. Like we're from this side of the world, and they have, I guess, to be honest, the better advantage because sometimes home court advantage as well, and we have to fly there how many times to go fight them. So whenever I see
population,
exactly. So I like it when we take on them and then we dominate. And yeah, you're the first one to fucking do that, so I respect that. But yeah, now we're here for what is it? 312, 311?
311.
Let me say in advance.
Yes.
I am a casual UFC fan, dude. Like, if you want expert diagnostics, not here.
Yeah, now, same. I used to be, like, when I was coming up, did you used to watch, like, say, all the countdowns, all the embeddeds, all the fights?
Nah, the only one I watch, because, like, we only had free TV, right? So the only one I watched was, like, the first couple Ultimate Fighters.
Okay.
And I used to watch, like, a lot of K1 back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, grew up watching Zambitis, Parr,
yeah.
Carnage, those guys. Like, they were the ones that kind of got me into it, really.
Yeah. No, I used to watch everything just because I was obsessed. I wanted to get to this point. And then when you kind of get to this point, like you said, it's a very rare air, lonely up there. So eventually, it just became oversaturated. And it's a good thing. So now I can't be fucked either. Like, there's so many cards I just like. How many times is there like a fighter on this? I'm like, I don't know that person. Yeah, there's so many. But again, he helps it out. So, show us, what is it? The stack meter, yeah.
First, thank you, Rob. I know how much you dislike time away from your family and your kids. So thank you for coming here.
Appreciate it, man.
Dislikes, it depends. Like,
sometimes you need a break.
So I was ready for a couple of days. When I've been phoning home, my wife's ready for a couple of days too. She's like, come home, please.
Well, how many do you have? 3 or 4 now?
5.
Whoa, my man. Oh, this guy's fucking shooting.
Dude, COVID
love
did me
it.
dirty. COVID was a rough time.
Oh, Jelton Almeida, that guy. Against Spavik. That's the polar bear guy, right? Oh, yo, Peyton. Oh, I like that kid. Have you seen him fight?
Maybe.
He's cool. He's got the big black void, like the circle, just like a tattoo on his chest and his back. Boy, he's a good fighter.
They're calling this WrestleMania because of the main and co-main.
What?
Look at the main and co-main.
Yeah, it's good, but why WrestleMania?
Because of the scrambles and the...
But a lot of times
wrestling.
when you get two high-level wrestlers, it just becomes like a shit kickboxing match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although I'll say, like, Islam,
He can strike.
comparatively to like when he fought Volk to when he
Yeah.
fought Poirier, dude, like his striking's gone next level, I
Yeah.
feel. Like he's obviously working.
Out of all the Dagestani boys, I think he's got the best striking, apart from when Zabit was around.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
A lot of people talk up Umar striking, but I don't know. There's something about Islam's. I like it. It's just
Clean.
like really, clean,
clean.
straight, like super basic.
Yeah.
But
Effective.
Sticks with it really
Yeah.
well.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
The whole card itself, it's top heavy. I'll give it like an 8, just because it's top heavy. I like the main, and the rest of the main card.
What UFC fans not going to tune in to watch Merab and Islam?
Yeah.
Like everyone's kind of, even if they have like boring fights, everyone is sitting there like myself with the question of like, how good are they still? And
Yeah.
everyone's just waiting for the other shoe to drop, sort of thing.
Because they're so dominant.
Yeah, and I'll talk about it when we talk about Merab.
Rob, out of 10.
Give it a for myself or general people.
No, just for yourself.
I'll give it an 8. That's a safe
Yeah.
one. That's a safe number.
All right, the first fight is...
I like it, big mouth, straight away. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you very much.
You did good, boy. I had to check that in there.
This coffee's green.
Oh, yes, matcha.
Just a heads up. It's like, I don't know.
Coffee.
I
Green.
don't,
we're not
I don't,
posting it.
I don't know if you, I don't know if you guys have lured me here to finally
I
get
like
rid,
how he looked at it first, like,
to finally get rid of me. But
All right, middleweight bout. Your division boys. Holland has been back at middleweight his last 2 fights. He suffered a rib injury in his last fight against Roman Dolidze. And then he didn't come out for the second round. Reinier is a new addition to the UFC roster. He made his debut in November of last year and submitted Gerald Meerschaert in the 3rd round. How are you feeling about Holland in the middleweight division?
he did well. I mean, his biggest win was the Jacare one from bottom at middleweight.
what type of jacare was that about?
True, yeah.
You know,
you're
and
right.
that was kind of.
Old. It was still impressive though, the way he just fucking pendulumed and swung. Because I didn't expect
wasn't
that.
it that thing?
Like a back fist. He was just talking shit and then boom.
Yeah.
Just the way he pendulumed up. But yeah, him at middleweight, I think he's better at welterweight, but he can fight both. Because at welterweight he's so tall and so rangy and yeah.
He's so hot and cold, but he's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like,
you
it's
get guys
hard.
like that, like they're on
Yeah.
one day and then the next
Like
day
he's a, like, I find him a funny guy.
Yeah, he
right?
is.
But he's either getting bashed or he's winning like in good fashion.
great
Like,
fashion, yeah.
You know what I mean? I can like disagree with me if you want.
Nah, it's
like,
facts. It's like he's either this or
like,
that.
that Dolidze fight was a weird one too. Like it didn't look like anything crazy, but it just
Was it from a takedown? Was that the right call to make? Not go out for the second round?
I think, yeah. I mean, if you know how bad the injury is, don't, live to fight another day. Not for the ego. What's your worst injury you've had in a fight? Like you broken anything?
broken hands. Like I busted my hand in that second Romero fight. I broke it in the first round.
That's right, you did, yeah.
And
With his
the
fucking
first Romero fight, he stomped on and I tore my MCL.
I saw that one. That was
In
the
that one.
thing.
They're probably-
MCL straight away.
Yeah. Well,
Damn.
I had a torn MCL like a few weeks before it, and it was all right.
Yeah.
Found out somehow. Dude, come out and start stomp me.
Now, I haven't really had nothing too crazy. I think the Miami fight with Pereira, I hurt my knee. Was it a week or 2 weeks before the fight?
2 weeks before.
2 weeks
Well, like
before the fight.
10 days before
Yeah.
we flew out.
But apart from that, in a fight, knock on wood, nothing yet. But yeah, I'd hate to do it. I don't know how I'd react, but I think adrenaline is just one hell of a drug that I wouldn't even, it wouldn't factor. You just have to go. Like the one I remember was Uriah Faber when he fought, was it Mike Brown? This is back in WBC. He broke one hand in the first round, the second in the second round. So he just starts throwing fucking elbows the rest of the fight. Literally elbows the rest of the fight.
There's been heaps of times I've gone into fight with like an injury.
Come on,
heaps
man.
of
Fighters. There's always something.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
You know what though? Like I busted my teeth up last fight.
Yeah.
With
Oh, that's
Jamahal,
right, beforehand.
and I couldn't fight through that.
Sure.
I feel like Holland found his niche though. He's like, he fights often. Dana looks after him. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. So I feel like, yeah, he might have, you know, found his niche because he's making a lot of money. Like, you know, how often he's fighting. Because his activity rate, if you look at his, you know, match history.
He's a company man.
Yeah,
and he's
a company
mouthy.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mouthy. Yeah.
Remember that time at the Apex where he started yelling at me?
You are, boy. You my boy.
And I don't think he tapped out because he's still on the floor.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me, boy. Don't play with me, boy.
Oh, Kevin's
It's
going
me and
at
you right now.
Adesanya
I'm
here.
about to do that. It's me and you, boy.
You were there, like, it's after he fights this guy.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the day
I saw it on
notice.
TV. Yeah, I saw it on TV.
I was just like, okay. But I like the kid. And then he tried to apologize because Rashad tried to get him to apologize to me that night. And then as he's apologizing, he starts talking shit again. I was like, you know what? It's all good, bro. Peace, peace. But hey, get some fights. I'm going to go Holland.
What do you mean all good? Fuck you.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're shit talking me like twice. Like, fuck you, dude. We're not
After
all
that
good.
day, then I just felt like, you know what? Peace out, man. So, but either way, I'm gonna still go Holland for this fight just because you never know who's gonna show up in this guy. He's a Dutch kickboxer who's really awkward.
I don't know. Like, I haven't seen that Reinier guy like fight, but like, let's say he fights kind of like Drickus-esque, and he's gonna really try to force takedowns. I can see him dragging Holland like across the 3 and inching out a win. You know, if Holland doesn't stone him between those gaps. You know what I mean? But he probably will. Yeah, I'm going to go Holland too. By finish, but.
All right, next we have Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Beneil Dariush was on an 8-fight win streak and then got stopped in the first round twice against Charles Oliveira and then against Arman. Beneil took a year off to recover, but Moicano has been a monster in 2024. So yeah, we have Beneil Dariush coming off, you know, 2-fight skid, KOs, and then Renato's momentum in this
I always like
crash.
a guy with momentum. There's something about a guy when he has nothing to lose and you're like, ooh, 2-fight skid, what's he gonna do? But then when a guy has momentum and that energy like Moicano has, not just in the cage, out of the cage, I feel like there's something there powerful that you can harness.
I like Dariush a lot. Like, guy's a stellar bloke. So he had a bad loss and then a bad knockout, and then he kind of didn't take a huge amount of time to do anything about it, right? And then he had another bad loss. Now he's taken a decent enough break to really just work on his skill sets and recover and rest his brain. The Dariush, before those 2 stoppages, he looked great. That fight before Oliveira, dude looked like a killer. The striking he implemented against Gamrot will give Moicano a really hard time. Really hard time. And Moicano can't utilize, in my opinion, the same amount of wrestling success he's had in his last few fights against someone like Dariush. Dariush's grappling's really high level as well. I think, though, having a year off, having 2 losses before that, and then jumping into a Moicano with momentum, because momentum is real, is scary. Because Moicano is good, man. Momentum, he's pushing forward, he's gone through hard fights. But if we see that Dariush that fought Gamrot, dude, that wasn't one that was in conversations of being the next guy fighting for a title.
He was going to fight Islam next.
Yeah. So I'm going Dariush. He's also my mate. So, so I like Money Moicano, but I've just never met him.
What do you like about him?
It's like his attitude.
Yeah.
Dude's a savage.
Yeah. In this fight with Dariush, like you said, Dariush is a different level grappler. Like, second time off now to, you know, work on things, let his body heal, and not take fights back to back. If I would pick, I'll go Moicano in this fight just because of the momentum and also because Dariush is coming off a long layoff. But if Dariush can stay past the first round or get success in the first round, it's going to be a hard night for Moicano. But yeah, I'll go Moicano decision in this fight.
You have Jiri Prochazka versus Jamahal Hill.
Okay, see this, I like both guys as well, and like they're both my friends, so it's hard for me to even pick someone in this fight.
Pereira right now is doing some serious damage to the guys at 205. Did his name ever come across your desk when he was in middleweight?
I think that we were talking about it, but then not really. He kind of just went straight for easy.
He said,
he didn't really veer from the course, right? He had like one fight in the UFC and then was fighting easy. So.
He had a target in his mind. Straight Sharma. Me and him were talking about playing ping pong yesterday. I was like, that's our next rivalry. I'm pretty good at ping pong, so I was like, you know, that's something I can try and get him at. But he's pretty good as well, he said.
He's good at ping pong?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a guy that's good at ping pong.
Hey, man.
I don't look at him. Like, and say like that dude, give him a paddle, and I reckon he's like putting smoke on people.
Yeah.
He looks like the sort of dude that wrangles ox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
He's definitely like you fought Romero. There's certain people, because I fought Romero as well. You feel them. Like Romero, when I fought him, you know how you said like his body is like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt that. Pereira, he's another specimen like that. Like these, I don't want to say they're not human, but like they feel in you. How do you describe like a henchman?
Dude's got the giant gene.
Yeah, exactly. Like his feet. You know, my dad told me like you look at this bunion on this side of his foot. It's like a hammer. That's what he uses to dig into people's calves. So he's kicking you with this bit.
His calf can hurt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I look at it and I think to myself, that looks like it hurts.
Yeah, and you look at his hips. His hips are all the way up here, and we've all learned how to like throw, the calf kick for certain people, but yeah, his one is different.
He's not a dude I'd be pumped to fight.
Yeah. Like, he's a hard fight.
At middleweight, like I'd fight him.
Yeah, of course.
But light heavy, probably not. No way.
No, he's a hard fight. Like to
get
up
other
for.
people to fight, you know what I mean? You're mates with them both?
Yeah, I like both of them. I talked to both of them when they fought Alex. They both hit me up as well, just sharing ideas, things like that. Didn't work out. But
yeah, good tips, huh? Actually, heads up, G.
Didn't work out. But if I look at the fight stylistically wise, this is going to be a stand-up fight. Jiri's going to keep a range. Jamal's probably going to press the action, and Jiri will be looking to counter Jamal. And Jamal might be who makes the first mistake, but I think Jamal's gonna press more in this fight. Go back to the Jamal of old, just when he used to like starch people. But with Jiri, he has to be careful.
Okay, like the only way I see it, like there's two ways this fight happens. Either Jiri gets flogged and then starches Jamal later in the rounds, or Jamal just clean knocks him out at some point in the first round. Like Jamal obviously hits hard. Jiri gets hit. Okay, not a lot of people can put Jiri away. Like that Rakic fight, he was getting belted.
Yeah.
And then sustained, like he does. Same with the Glover fight. Same with most of his fights. He takes a lot of damage, kind of weathers it. Other guys get tired, and then he kind of gets on top with his unique style of fighting. I guess that's the whole thing, right? Jamal's either going to hit him really hard, and he's not going to recover from it, or he's not going to be able to put him away, and Yuri's just going to do what Jiri does best. Survive and just keep hitting you. Like he's always there.
I like his approach to fighting. The way he's just...
His headspace is mad.
Yeah, it was the one he did a darkness thing the other day or the other week. And I was just like, that's raw. Like to be in a room for 3 days fasting in darkness, you have to be so comfortable with yourself to be able to do that. Your flatmates up here better be your best mates because,
Official pick?
This one, I'm just going to skip this one, man. Look, I like what he said. I think it's either Jiri's going to, he might have to weather the storm early and then get the finish, or Jamal's just going to go in there and just run through him. And whoever does it, may the best man win. I'm not going to fucking stir the water in this one.
You'd have to think Jiri would have gone back to the drawing board to try and tighten up some of his defenses, right? But then you thought he would have done that after their first Pereira fight. Then he went into the Rakic fight the same way, and then he went into the Pereira fight again the same way. You know what I mean?
He has a style. But sometimes you have to, again, reevaluate things.
He came to, we had an after party at the accommodation that we were staying at in Vegas after the Academia fight. And Jiri rocks up with a samurai sword.
Yeah, he's about that life, eh? With a samurai sword.
Does he drink?
I think he does drink. He didn't drink that. Did he drink that day? I don't think he drank
because I'm not drinking with him. He's got a samurai sword.
No, after a fight, he likes to drink and have a cigarette.
Yeah. But if he's got a samurai sword and he's drunk,
dude. Like, all good. Have a good night. I'm gonna have an early one. Like, Rob, it's your after party. It's all good. Gonna have an early night, boys.
Got paid later.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna. Dude, I like both guys a lot. Yeah. I think Jamal. Like, I think he would be a favorite. I don't know what the odds are, but I think he'd be the favorite just because how hard he hits and because Jiri gets hit and he was knocked down in his last fight. But I'd love to see Jiri do his crazy stuff and get a W.
Next fight, the Bad Blood. This is going to be crazy. I wanted to compare something. Take a look at these resumes. Have a look at
the names.
Umar's.
Okay, wait, hold on, wait. Sandhagen's a big name. Oh, wow.
I think that's what everyone's speaking about, right? Because Merab's hands aren't great. Yeah. His whole thing is wrestling, right? And he gets caught in a lot of his fights.
Yeah.
Umar beat Sandhagen standing. You know what I mean? And Sandhagen's striking.
See, that's one of those fights I missed. I should probably watch that. That would have been a fun fight. I thought so you beat him standing.
Yeah, it was like a decision sort of. Like he was like beat him up.
Oh wow, okay.
The one thing I like seeing with like two high-level grapplers like these are the scrambles. It's like flies
If
after
they
you,
happen.
it's like flies after you hit it with raid. It's like
They're moving everywhere.
That's the whole thing, though. Like everyone's saying that Umar has the wrestling to stop Merab, but has much better striking. I can't be objective. I'm finding it very hard to be objective in these in like any sort of breakdown. I want to see Merab just continue doing his thing, like where he just takes down everybody, holds him down, draws out a 25-minute win. You know, I don't know. I just want to see that storyline. I like it. I like it. But I think he's in for a bit of a hard night.
I like Merab because I think when he's champion, it's good for the division because he brings a lot of attention to the lighter weights because he's fun on social media. He's funny on the mic. He's funny with his antics. But in this fight, I'm going to go Merab just because I like the guy. And I think, look, one thing I'll say this, he can't get caught. Because who rocked him? Was it Henry that rocked him?
Yeah,
Henry rocked him. And
the
stunned
fight
a couple times.
The fight before that, he got stunned as well.
So if he gets rocked by Umar,
I think Umar's going to piece him up.
yeah, because he can stop the wrestling.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he can stop
actually,
the
you know what?
wrestling.
Maybe not though. Maybe not because, like Umar likes utilizing like really good kicks. I don't think he'll be kicking much.
Yeah, 'cause
I
he'll
can't
get taken
see.
down.
Yeah, I can't see him throwing a lot of kicks.
Yeah.
And maybe because he's kind of hybridized, right? He's like a good striker and he can wrestle and grapple. Maybe he's not all invested cardio-wise into wrestling.
Yeah.
And Merab is just all wrestling. Like that's what his cardio system's built for. He's like a pure stat-wise. He's just pumped all his stats into wrestling.
Cardio, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like I think maybe Umar slows down.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Merab.
method of victory.
Decision.
True.
Yeah. Decision solid.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, same decision. I think Merab. I think he's going to weaponize his cardio in this fight.
And for the main event of the evening, we have Islam versus Arman. Arman made his UFC debut, taking the first Islam fight on short notice.
Dude, I'm pumped for this fight.
Yeah.
I changed my score. It's a 9 now. Like
Nine out of 10.
I'm 9 excited.
Yeah.
For this
Now
card now.
this fight alone is definitely.
Let's talk about the development of Islam first. Rob mentioned his striking and the improvements he's been making.
I think, like, if we look at the way he was striking with Volk over the 2 fights, and then with his last fight on Poirier, I feel like there is a significant improvement in that break. Well, he's always fought kind of very basic, right? He's just like real stand-up, traditional kickboxing, but his timing and his eyesight has just gotten much better. His spacing has gotten much better at controlling.
Looks more
that distance.
natural.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
like
looks
Khabib was
more
always
comfortable
like the
doing
best
it.
of it, but his striking was still a little bit clumsy. Yeah,
Brother.
yeah. Brother.
What's striking? Dude, like throws hands like my kids do. It's mad.
Like he
But
throws hands
that-
to get close.
That's why I liked him
Yeah.
so much, because he didn't need him.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm great at
didn't
this.
need him. I love it.
But yeah, he's definitely the next level up in that clan, and his striking is just looking way more comfortable lately, way more polished. And Arman as well. I forgot about the axe kick. He's got nice kicks, good hands. Very explosive. But yeah, this is gonna be a wrestling fight. It's gonna be WrestleMania. I think they're gonna have to test each other's wrestling because they're that good. I don't think it's just gonna cancel each other out.
Well, and the jiu-jitsu. They're both really
True,
high-level
yeah,
jiu-jitsu guys,
yeah.
right? Like you saw in their first fight, there were so many submission attempts, primarily from Arman's side. So they're very interesting.
Who would you say is the better striker?
Islam.
I put money on Islam.
Yeah.
Islam? Who's got better cardio?
Ooh.
See,
Islam.
that's hard to read because Arman was a short notice fight, I'm pretty sure.
Cardio-wise, I give it to Islam. Islam, he knows how to stay in that.
The better grappler?
Yeah, I'm going to go Islam.
Better grappler just because of pedigree-wise and what he's shown over time, Islam.
I think he can offensively wrestle, he can defensively wrestle. He has the jiu-jitsu to kind of do that. And I think his striking's a little better.
Yeah,
He's more accustomed to high-level fights with high-level opponents.
Under the spotlight.
Yeah.
Even though we're going Islam, I still think Arman has a dog in this fight. Yeah. I just feel like sometimes some people just, when it comes to that moment, boom, they take it. And Arman, I don't think he's going to shy away from this. He's used to the spotlight. Islam's definitely lived in this moment, main event, all that stuff. Like, I think also there's this thing of pride, because Merab's Georgian and Arman is Armenian. So maybe it's a thing of pride for that region as well. Like, yeah, clan. Like, we will not let these guys beat us, brother.
It's deeper than,
It's deeper than just the belt. It's like pride. Our style is going to be better than
Merab
their
said
style.
that. Umar said something about Georgia. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know the history of the...
Neither. Well, I can just tell that it's deeper than just the belt. I feel like there's a cultural pride at play here as well. Like, the Nurmagomedovs don't want to lose to an Armenian or a Georgian because they believe their style is the best or whatever. I feel like it's deeper than that. But with that being said, if I'm going to pick in this fight, I'm going to go Islam just because he's just on a roll right now. He just seems to be getting better and better and better. And Arman is doing the same as well. I was very impressed with his last fight, the way he handles the spotlight and everything, but I just don't think it's going to be enough to take on Makhachev.
I think we're going to see like a very similar fight to their first pairing. I think both guys have obviously leveled up since then, but I think Islam's probably inched out more gains since that fight, especially with the level of competition that he's had to deal with. And significantly, his striking has improved a lot. So, yeah, I'm going to lean towards Islam.
Method of victory?
Like round 5, I'm going to go just round 5, late submission.
Decision. I think decision.
Solid.
I think it'll be tricky trying to put Arman away.
Yeah.
But
like that defense against Charles the Bronx was really slick.
Yeah.
But when he's tired, that's why I'm banking on, like,
Yeah.
because I just know Islam can definitely get the steam rolling. But we'll see. Like, even when sparring was fun, I appreciate the fact that he was pulling his punches in sparring, because like your blitz, when you did your 1-2, it got to me, and I acknowledged it in my brain, like, that hit. But I respect the fact that you were able to, like, just control yourself. Because sometimes when you spar some people, you're like, oh, there's ego in the way. But like, I really enjoyed sparring him because it was just chill.
It's like everybody else I sparred. Punch me in the face, dude. Nah, but like, it was light sparring. We were just moving around. You're fighting soon. Like, I'm only here. Like, because I know you're in camp. Like, anything you need me to do, you just tell me. Like,
I appreciate that. You're a good coach.
It was
man.
good.
The best. The best. How can you not like Rob? How can you not like Rob?
Hey guys, what's up? Izzy here. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video.